Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman or God, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to each of you divine soul watching today's satsang. So today we will be studying Sutra number 46 from the Vibhuti Pad of the Raja Yoga Sutras of Patanjali Maharaj. Commentary by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started on Sutra number 46 today from the Vibhuti Pad. And the Sutra is Rupa Lavanya Bala Vraja Sanhanatvani Kaya Sampata. Let's repeat. Rupa Lavanya Bala Vajra Sanhanatvani Kaya Sampata. So that means a yogi, as a result of his mastery over the 5 elements, which we covered in yesterday's sutra, Sutra number 45, he acquires a prosperous state of the body in the form of beauty, gracefulness, strength, and endurance, like that of a thunderbolt. So through these siddhis, his body also becomes a perfect instrument for these siddhis to manifest. So therefore the perfection of the physical body expresses itself through beauty of form. So that also is another aspect of this siddhi. A body of a yogi develops a healthy symmetry, and due to the abundance of prana is that cosmic energy of breath, a unique luster envelops his body. Therefore you can see the yogis who are full of luminosity and their face shines. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it gives you peace, radiance, and there is something special about that vibration that you start to enjoy. This endows him with gracefulness and celestial charm. He becomes very strong, not only in his muscles but also in his nervous system, so the inside and outside. His endurance during adverse conditions is as firm as a thunderbolt. So therefore he is able to handle adversity and prosperity without any problem, whereas average worldly people, as we know, struggle in adversity. He becomes immune to diseases. Through these siddhis, he is able to transcend a lot of these physical problems that come due to Prakriti. And he is unaffected by the ravages caused by the variations in weather and climate. Therefore, we see all these yogis in the Himalayas not even wearing a cloth and bare feet and taking cold water baths, and yet their body is functioning perfectly well, whereas we know fully well that an average person would need a lot of clothing and a lot of warm stuff and a lot of preparation to even get to that state, whereas this comes to them through their intense sadhana and tapasya. These things come naturally. So that is why they say when somebody who has attained the self, he is God, not God-like, but he gets all the qualities that the divine energy has manifested in this universe. So therefore he becomes a very beautiful agent of God, and God's will becomes his will. He becomes a conduit to God's creation, in other words. So therefore we say to know Brahman is to become Brahman. When you try to find him, you connect with him, and then you get all those qualities. God is not stingy. He doesn't want to hold back. He'll give himself fully to you, but you have to give yourself fully to him also. The problem we run into is that we only do it partially. We only do it based on hearsay, this, that, and we are so caught up into the illusions of Maya and the comforts, the physical comforts, etc., that we don't have that level of faith and intensity of practice. But if one does that, these are the results that he will get from the benefits of conquering these 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, ether, as we just discussed. This is Sutra number 46 we discussed today, and we will be covering Sutra 47 tomorrow from the Vibhuti Pad. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.